The struggle for dominion started long before the stars aligned for the Arachne. Across a shattered earth, each tribe took what was left. In the chaos that followed, the true rulers, the Anunnaki, remained hidden, waiting for their moment to return. The first zone, Terran Prime, fell into the hands of Velrax, a powerful leader among the Arachne who ruled with ruthless efficiency. The second zone, the Aeon Expanse, became home to Drekar and his crew, a mix of warriors and scavengers, masters of surviving the hostile elements. The third sector, known as the Pharaon Dominion, went to Kiona, the fierce strategist who commanded loyalty through fear. The fourth zone, Zyros, remained untouched by any mortal being. It was sacred, forbidden. Only the Anunnaki dared set foot in that land of ancient relics, where their power was said to lie dormant, waiting for the chosen time. Jael, the son of Drekar, abandoned and left for dead after the Strato Wars, survived the cruel Warden Vaults. He emerged from the depths of the underworld with one goal: to claim what was rightfully his. Seeing Kiona gain power while he was forgotten ignited a rage in him that could not be extinguished. He was no longer just Jael. He was the sovereign. His declaration sent shockwaves through the other leaders. Velrax and Kiona knew Jael was dangerous, but they never anticipated what came next. He sought to awaken the weapons of annihilation, tools of destruction created by the Anunnaki themselves, now lying dormant beneath the forbidden lands of Zyros. "It is time," Jael whispered to the stars. "Time for the Anunnaki to return, and through me their will shall be done." The year was 3050. The skies darkened as Jael's forces stormed Zyros. A blast so powerful it echoed through the entire galaxy erupted as the weapons activated, their ancient codes unlocking the very fabric of time and space. A great ripple spread through the cosmos, and the once still atmosphere of Novacor, the capital of the galactic territories, shuddered in fear. Mountains crumbled as waves of energy from the weapons tore across the land. Oceans evaporated, and cities were consumed by firestorms. The once thriving civilizations turned to ash in the blink of an eye. High above in his star cruiser, Karzak watched with grim satisfaction. The devastation Jael had unleashed was beyond anything they could have imagined. "It's done," Karzak said, his voice flat, but inside he felt a surge of triumph. Jael had started something that no one, not even the Anunnaki, could stop. But what they hadn't counted on was the response. From deep within the ruins of Zyros, the skies churned and blackened. A storm of unimaginable size began to gather, swirling with dark energy. It was the eclipse wind, a phenomenon spoken of in ancient Anunnaki texts. It was no ordinary storm. It was a living entity, an embodiment of the Anunnaki's wrath. Velrax, witnessing the unnatural storm from his orbital base, sent frantic signals to Drekar and Kiona. "The eclipse wind is coming! We have to evacuate now! It's coming for everything!" The warning was broadcast across the sectors, but it was already too late for most. The eclipse wind moved swiftly, consuming everything in its path. The air grew thick with death, and no structure, no shield, no bunker could stop it. The streets of Terran Prime were littered with bodies. Those who tried to flee were engulfed by the wind, their faces twisted in agony as the life was drained from them. The oceans boiled, and the once blue skies turned into a stormy abyss, swallowing entire fleets and cities whole. Kiona, watching from the safety of her stronghold in the Pharaon Dominion, trembled at the sight. This wasn't a natural disaster. It was a retribution, an ancient punishment. The Anunnaki were not silent gods. They were returning. "All this for power," Kiona muttered, clenching her fists. "We thought we could control the Anunnaki's legacy, but we were fools." Yet amid the chaos, one place remained untouched: Xi'an City, the heart of Jael's new empire. The city stood defiantly against the wind, as if shielded by some invisible force. Jael, seated on his throne, watched the destruction with cold detachment. He knew. He had always known. "The Anunnaki have judged the others," Jael said, rising from his seat. "But they spared me. I am their chosen one. Drekar, now broken by guilt, stood in the ashes of what was once the Aeon expanse. He had wanted power, like the others. He had wanted control, but now all he saw was ruin, and in the sky the shadow of the Anunnaki loomed large. It wasn't supposed to end this way, Drekar whispered as he stared into the storm, waiting for the inevitable. But Jael, the man who had started it all, walked through the silent streets of Xeon City, untouched by the destruction. He smiled, knowing that the Anunnaki had chosen their champion. The others were nothing but dust, relics of a forgotten era.